Hello, Farlanders. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. That's right. This is official, certified, verified episode 851. Ooh, an iron ingot of Farlands or Bust. That is Wolfie right there. This is our deluxe, well-appointed, fully upgraded, completely see-through hidey hole. And this episode 851 is going to be the final episode of season 11. That's right, we're on season 11, right? Despite it being our 13th year of Farlands or Bust. And I have, if you've not been watching... Actually, let's avert our eyes. I'm going to take you down somewhere to show you the new F3 number. Again, if you've not seen that. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Not at all worried about the fact that I'm hitting my head on the ceiling. We're not going to be remaking this tunnel. It's fine. But down here at bedrock level, where there is a chest with a golden apple, is the F3 point that we reached on July 25th, 2024. And way up there is where we did it. But the F3 number is 9,864,725. That's right. We are 78.6% of the way to the Farlands, a mere 2,686,096 blocks to go in that direction, west. The largest gain, all them gains, during any Flobathon or any year of Farlands or Bust. And over here, if you'll note the X coordinate, we were very, very, very close to the 0 X coordinate, which has been thusly notionized right here with this nifty little shaft. This see-through shaft to the surface. So let's go back up to the surface and show off the F3 monument that we went with. Look at that. Look at this column of water. We went with our first water-based... You know, it's water-based, so you could use it with latex or whatever. No, a water-based F3 monument. We're going to leave Wolfie in the hidey hole for now. We pressed F3 in the middle of this very quaint lake and then ruined it by building this giant cathedral of water. Not only a cathedral, but a Moses chop, let it be known. Just like the F3 monument of a few F3s ago, where we chopped a mountain in half, we chopped a lake in half. Followed it all the way down. Right over the F3 spot. Just to prove it. There it is again. We do need to place a sign here. And maybe down there. I don't know. But we need to notate the F3 number. Oh geez, did I lose the block? No, there it is. Alright. What I should have done was looked at the previous year's formatting. How do I do this? 9,864,725. F-E. Iron. F3. Whoa. Season 11? It is season 11, right? It's not season 12, and I'm saying it wrong. We pressed F3 on July 25th. 2024. And what little quotation, what little quote do we want to put on the bottom here? Water-based. There we go. I'm making up jokes before I make them. Oh, is that... I mean, the sign is facing back to spawn. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. But yeah, it's honestly, it took a long time to build, don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit understated. It's not a giant wolfy sculpture or a pyramid or a spire of lava into the sky. I mean, this part is a bit overstated, but it's an understated monument. I wanted to use the natural landscape as influence. It is fun in a boat. Do I have a boat? Of course I don't have a boat. Why would I have a boat? Do I have a workbench? I have 2 of them. Let me show this neat trick. We need to pick up some speed. Alright, here we go. Right down the middle. Hello. This is real fun. Although it becomes a little bit more dicey now that we have the pillars. Alright, we gotta pick up speed. We learned this year. A little speed boost. Yee. That's just good, clean fun, don't you think? That's just good, clean fun indeed. Oh... Well, I was gonna say I'll put the boat at the dock here, but boat float away. Boat float! Indeed. And then we built a nice hidey hole for ourselves. As we usually do. Sometimes we don't. Near the F3 monument. What I did want to do was check out some paintings. Because if you've only been, say, listening to the podcast, or only watching the numbered episodes, you might also not know that during this last Flobathon... Wait a minute, is it sticks? Is it sticks that make a picture? You might know that we also, during this Flobathon... I mean, based on the F3 number, you should know. But we also passed the final... Whoa, that's scary. I mean, that's interesting. That's not the effect I wanted. I guess it's on this wall, where it would be a black painting. But yeah, we passed the last and final floating point rollover. So now the block selection is a half block off, which makes for some crazy times, like being able to see through walls on the Z-axis. And also sleeping sideways in a bed like this. And awakeness. So hold on, let me make another painting. Gonna need more sticks. What is happening? There we go. Yeah, the last episode was the silent episode, episode 850. That would have been a fine one to end on, and never have another episode again. But I can't leave you like that. Oh. Okay. That is also not what I expected. It only happens on every other block. And I suppose because my house is 5 blocks, that doesn't matter. Oh god. This is disturbing. I suppose... Yeah, there we go. Now it's forever enshrouded in shade and shadow and darkness. But that's interesting in and of itself. Oh. Oh, yes. Alright. It's art. It looks like a banner. Indeed. Let's do a quick, just a little stroll around the F3 monument. Get a bunch of screenshots for the potential thumbnail. I asked my trusty and often disappointing chat for insight into what else you might have missed. If perhaps, hello, sir. If perhaps you only listen to the podcasts. And hello, hi, you may have forgotten that you subscribe to this podcast. Although I don't know what happened with Google Podcasts. They're just doing YouTube now, but I feel like it would be very redundant for me to put the podcast up on YouTube because the actual series is up on YouTube. Well, that's neat. That's a good picture. But yeah, if you did, you missed the floating point, which is also what inspired this monument. On the floating point, if you go back to that video, or series of videos, we made a horizontal wall of water lifting up into the sky at the boundary between the floating point rollover. So this is kind of an homage to that as well. And because of that, we had to switch launchers. I was always using the default Minecraft launcher, but because of the terrain jitters, it would cause Wolfie to take damage. When he would teleport next to a block, he would teleport into a block and start to suffocate. So we had to fix that, and we had to fix the falling sand duplicating, which was something that we knew was a possibility and a potential problem. And it turned out to be, because it caused a lot of lag. So we had to fix that as well. But since then, everything has been going swimmingly. Except for, we have discovered, and one of the reasons we are so close to the 0x axis, we have discovered what are being called transient chunks. Chunks of land that are out of place, being loaded from other places, that you can walk on and interact with and build on. But then, when you leave the game and come back, they disappear. We expected that to happen. We thought they would be spawn chunks, but they have nothing to do with my spawn point, it seems. So those are a potential interesting thing if we are able to stay on the 0 path that we will continue to see as the journey continues, continually. Look at this squid. What are you even doing? You're gonna suffocate, my dude. Come on, be free. Go back with your people. There we go. So that's a fun and new and interesting thing to look forward to. This subathon, flobathon, we did not have any Wolfie deaths. Just as we didn't have any last season either, twice. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Wolfie's not here. There we go. It's force of habit. So yeah, no Wolfie deaths. He just disappeared a couple times, so we had to reload the game to have him come back from his extracurricular activities. Extracurricular. We did find more golden apples, one of which is at the bottom in the F3 monument. I don't know how many we found. 2? I feel like I ate one. We might have found 3. Because we had 4, and then we had 5, and then we had 6. And I guess the 6th one is at the bottom. But I feel like I also ate one this blobathon as well. And I need to eat a real one in real life, too. For reasons. I also need to get my inventory in order. If we're going to continue walking to the farlands today. After the episode. I feel like we'll do that stream-wise. But we'll get to that. Yeah. Things that you also might not be aware of is that all of the F3 monuments, excluding this one, are now available as a download, if you so should like, from archive.org. I'll put the link in the video description. And also, there's now an overviewer map, which is only updated right now to the last F3 monument. But that's viewable at map.farlandsorbust.com. And eventually I'll update that to include all of this too. It's best viewable on desktop. I don't think it performs very well on mobile devices. So keep that in mind. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff. We're still walking in the far lands, and we might, like I said, depending on the pace we keep, we might get there soon. Asterisk. Very large asterisk. Where's the sun? There's the sun. Whee! That's just good, clean fun right there. Should I put also a sign at the 0 marker? Probably. Whee! I gotta make a sign. For me personally, did you know that last year I got married? Like, that was over a year ago. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it in streams and stuff, but I can't remember if I mentioned it in like an episode podcast situation. It's coming up on 1 year next month. But we are still referring to the girlfriend as the girlfriend because we're too lazy to learn something else. All right. What do we call this? 0. Smashing pumpkins. Here be the transient junk. Nope. I think in the overview map, these two signs are going to like show up right next to each other. But you get the idea. You get the idea. So that happened. I'm still working on the Datsun 280Z. I mean, I guess I'm actually working on it as opposed to previously where I wasn't working on it. But that's a long process. I can't remember the last time I drove it now. And now I'm like super worried I'm going to get finished with all this and then it's not going to start. Such would be the luck. But I'm almost done. I finished the rear suspension. I just got to take apart the fronts again because I realized I made a mistake on the fronts in doing the rears. I most recently got attacked and stung 5 times by bees. Yellow jackets, ground wasps, whatever you want to call them. Which is really fun and exciting to regale everyone with that story in Twitch chat. Oh yeah, and then last May we had the big Aurora Borealis. There's the stream from that day. It has Aurora Borealis in it. But I think everybody enjoyed that last May. And now I think you're up to speed. For the most part. I won't stop you from going back and watching every single episode or every single stream to make sure you're fully encompassed in the Kurt J. Mac Farlands or Bust lore. But let's go to sleep. And then organize ourselves for continuing on in the morning. And awakeness. All right, what do we need? I am definitely going to need new armor. My helmet and my boots. I only have 2.5 shirts. Or wolf heads. Depending on how you look at them. In my armor bar. I suppose I'm going to need the golden apples. As much as it pains me. I got my water bucket. I am going to need my clock that we use oh so often. I guess I can make an arrow. And that's really it. Oh, and some pork chops for Wolfie. Wool for beds. I don't need any ferni. I only need 1 workbench. Yeah, I think this is your pretty standard Farlander kit. Ooh, 4 arrows. Watch out now. Mr. Moneybags here. Am I forgetting anything? No, this all looks like pretty boring stuff. I could get more wool while we're here. I kind of want to bring Wolfie through the F3 monument, but I'm also worried he's gonna like get stuck in the water and drown. That you need to take the mostly used flint and steel. Where is it? Of course I do. What if we find gunpowder and TNT? What a silly question that is. Twitch chat. Of whom I'm lumping everybody into. Skeleton residue. I don't know. Let's see. This might be a terrible idea. Black cows. So yeah. We do have a bunch of subathon goals to get through, even from last year, I realize. Various Mr. Jeeb themed. Oh, compass. I have my compass. I never let it go. So this is kind of weird to like see it through the trees. Oh my god! This is a tragedy. Careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie. Alright, no, it's just stay right there. Haha. Won't get. Moses, chop. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna drown. I'm the one who's in trouble. I guess this is like worse than putting a dam on a river where salmon spawn. I've separated these squids from their homes. Hey, Wolfie, look up. Look at the camera. Hey, you. Wolfie, there we go. So many squibs. Wolfie, 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 Wolfie. There we go. Feel like that's a proper enough amount of pictures. Yeah, is there anything else I need to cover here? I'm kind of asking the live chat. Will there be more YouTube episodes? Probably not. I have no promises other than the occasional, like, milestone, end of season, beginning of season sort of things. I am going to begin walking, but that's going to be going on as a stream. So I am going to have to make a new playlist on YouTube, as much as I know YouTube loves playlists these days. It's real tough. I mean, YouTube... You know what I found enjoyment on YouTube doing earlier, a couple of days ago? Music. Music YouTube is still seemingly the way it has been. Although, granted, a lot of the videos I was watching were probably from 6 to 10 years ago. But, like, people playing weird instruments on YouTube. Like, large stringed instruments from Japan. Like that sort of stuff. Or people with, like, synthesizers and looping devices, like making entire songs with just themselves. That's some good old YouTube nostalgia. But everything else, if I could get on a soapbox for everybody watching on YouTube, everything else seems to be an ad. Is anybody else disappointed by that? Like, I have anybody and everybody know that YouTubers are having trouble making money these days, particularly thanks to Google and YouTube. So you got to find other streams of income. But it's always disappointing to be like, this title in YouTuber seems to be talking about a specific problem that I share and wish to find the solution to. But then, oops, it's because they're actually trying to sell socks or soap or something, or, you know, some sort of energy drink. And it's just like, as much as I want to like this person and I trust what they're doing, that just feels annoying that everything is a referral code now. Which is why I'm happy to present my referral code for... No, I'm kidding. Sounds like Hank Green. Yeah, the socks and soap are definitely a Hank Green thing. Wait a minute. What is happening here? Oh, huh? I'm confused about how torches work. Look at the flame on this torch and how it's offset to the left. The flame on this torch is offset to the right. Why? And then those two match, and these two match. I guess that's the same reason why, depending on where you put a bed, you'll look to your side or you'll look down. It must be something with, like, the odd numbers. Same thing with the paintings. Putting it on an even number F3, you can see it. An odd number F3, it turns black. Huh. Right now, in this episode, you are so lucky for watching this episode. If you're listening, I'm sorry, you're out of luck. But we discovered something new here that perhaps has some sort of mathematical reason behind it. But that's weird. You'd think the offset would be the same. Yeah, like that torch matches with that torch. Mathmagical. Huh. A real mystery. Alright, let's get a nice sunset picture. Let me see if I can get a good angle here. And then we're going to wrap up this. What has turned out to be not yet the final episode of Farlands or Bust, but possibly the final episode. Ooh. Who knows? You all thought that silent episode was going to be the final episode, didn't you? I do appreciate your commitment to listening to it in podcast form. I will tell you, if you've not watched because of the terrain jitter, and that's why you're listening to the podcast version, it's better. The jitter is better the bigger it gets. That's my motto in life. So it's actually better than it was before, or even like 2 jitters before. Because it's still noticeable. And honestly, it's a little bit weird when we're on fields of ice or boating across water because the textures appear not to move. But give it a shot. Give it a chance. I don't like the I wish I had a different angle where I wasn't seeing the horizon line. The aesthetics. How did I get up here? Okay, now it's getting too dark. Let's quickly run to the hidey hole. Hop in. And yes, thank you very much for watching. farlandsorbust.com if you want to figure out more. kurtjmac.com if you want to see all the other places I'm at. Because I'm no longer on Twitter. I guess that's another thing that happened. Officially done with Twitter. You should be too. Just leave it. It's fine. You don't need it. It's unnecessary. Some say your life will be better. Guarantee. But we're still walking the far lands. Almost there. I can say almost there. Is this year the year? Is season 12 the last season? We'll find out. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Very large asterisk.